I think in the Vajrayana, this is interesting once you understand the Tibetan word Vajrayana, the like a Dorje Tekpa or the Sanghagi Tekpa, which means, let's say, Mantrayana. Sanghagi Tekpa means Mantrayana, or the Dorje Tekpa means Vajrayana. So the Vajra, you have to understand again here what is Vajra. Vajra normally it represents that indestructible, in which means truth. Vajra and Lama is the same. So Vajrayana, you can say Lamayana. I getting my point? Lama. Now, what is Lamayana? It's the truth yana. Then you might be thinking, okay, the other yana is not truth yana. So now, this is interesting here. Now, Idam is also Lama. Lama is also Idam. The Idam, which means the deity we practice. So now, one interesting thing in this Vajrayana, that you transform yourself into the Lama or into the Idam. So see, you have to understand something here. You have to transform yourself. Before, like I, and you are not recognizing who am I. Now slowly, once you have a Lama or the Idam, the deity, so like a Lama Chenu is nothing, the mantra of Lama, or the, let's say, deity as a let's say Manjushri, or lion Manjushri, Om Shri Mami Dipa Manjushri, Mum Shri Pragya Vardhana, or the green Tara as a deity, the Idam, Om Tari Tutari Turi Swa. Now here we have to understand the very powerful tool in Vajrayana or the Mantrayana. See, the first you have to replace yourself. You have to literally forget yourself. Why you need a Lama in the first place? The Lama, it's almost like the devotion is like you miss your Lama. You're just thinking of your Lama day and night. Almost you forgot who you are. You're like a 24-hour, the Lama is always there. You don't know who am I. So it looks like, what is this? But see, this is very powerful technique here, because you are replacing your ego with the Dharmakaya. That's the whole key here. And Lama Chenu. Now, it's not like you are like a kind of like a calling some another alien inviting into you. No, you are kind of transforming into truth. So now the Mantrayana here in the Vajrayana, that we call Samaya. This is again a very important concept in Vajrayana. The Samaya, once you break, you will be in the Vajra hell. Now, many people misunderstand that. Oh, if I break the Samaya, I will be in the Vajra hell. That means a big deal. But the question here is that, what is Samaya? Samaya, Damzig. In Tibetan, we call Damzig. So breaking Samaya is not like, oh, you are not doing what Lama is saying, you break the Samaya. Oh, you took empowerment, now you are not. So now what is Samaya? The Damzig. So Damzig is, for example, you took some commitment. Let's say why every time people mention when you take an empowerment and there is a Samaya. Because once you take an empowerment, like you are making a commitment that you will chant or visualize the deity as yourself until you enlighten. I getting my point now? See, now what does that really mean, until I enlighten? Which means until my ego is fully dissolved. Now you are taking that commitment. That's why the Vajrayana is the fastest, like a fast track, like a rocket, as a transportation, like a rocket, in order to liberate. Why? See, as I told you, the cause of suffering is nothing but the ego. The cause of samsara is nothing but the ego. And ego is nothing but the duality. And duality is happening every second. When you wake up, the duality begins. When you go to bed, duality begins. Even in a dreaming, you are in a duality. Now the duality is there 24 hours we are accumulating the duality. Now the Samaya, in the other hand, you are making a commitment that you will not let the duality to be enter into the gap of your awareness. So every second you are maintaining the deity. Like you as the deity, like after you take empowerment, now you have to be, you have to practice the deity, and you make a commitment that you letting go your ego and your identity with the 5 skandha. Like of form, this physical is a me, I am this physical, or my feeling is me, oh my thought is me, or my perception is me. So you are making a commitment, the 5 skandha is 5 Buddha family. And it 5 Buddha family, it kind of union as that particular deity. And then you chant the mantra verbally, mentally, day and night. Or the syllable sit in the heart chakra. So maintaining that, what do you call that? The Sambhogakaya form of the deity. So that is called the Samaya. So you don't. So it can be practiced like a Lama. The Lama, your Lama. That the Lama Chenu. So now Lama is the truth, and you are maintaining the truth day and night without breaking. So you are not creating a duality here. The Lama is the Dharmakaya, the truth, non-duality, let's say that way. And of course, if you break that, you're entering into the so-called, so-called Vajra hell. Vajra hell is not like a real physical. It's a representing that the opposite, it's almost like when you are in the speed of let's say 300 speed, and all of the sudden you break. Of course that's quite a danger. So which means when you are maintaining that the idam or the Lama, the awareness all the time, the 1 second of distraction from that Lama, what happened? You break the Samaya. And you take empowerment, you make that commitment, you will not even break the distract from the idam or from the mantra, even for 1 second. So that's why when you take an empowerment, so sometimes some empowerment is just for blessing, And I would say, if you don't understand Tibetan, don't make too much commitment there. Do you understand what I mean? Don't just say, oh, now follow. You just keep following, and then maybe nobody explain you the meaning. And so those things you have to careful when you what kind of commitment you are. It's almost like a somebody come to your house and then they say it's just sign on that contract paper. Why? Just sign it. It's okay. Okay, I signed it, and you are saying okay, I sell my body to you, or I sell my home to you, and I sell, and everything belongs to you. And later you think oh shit, I make a wrong contract, wrong sign. So that's why in the Vajrayana, so that, as I told you, the foundation is Buddhism, the 4 Noble Truths. That we have to understand. And additionally, the idam and Lama practice. And most importantly, that after the empowerment, what is really empowerment? Empower means that empowering you or giving you the authority to identify, or let's say, let it go your ego, identify, and replace with the Sambhogakaya of that idam. And then since that empowering you have to maintain that idam day and night until the ego is totally dissolved. And then after that, you are back to Dharmakaya. So you don't need a Sambhogakaya, it's a method. But that is the Vajrayana. It's a fast path, or it's as I told you, indestructible here, which means the Dharmakaya. So that there is this maintaining the Mahamudra, in a what do you call that Dharmakaya inside, and then the maintaining the Sambhogakaya of that idam or Lama form, and that for until the ego is dissolved. So there should not be any distraction. So the mantra is also a reminder. When you chant mantra, it doesn't matter, you chant 100,000, million. In the Vajrayana, you have to chant millions and millions, even billions and billions, or countless. Why? Because there is countless thoughts. So the mantra is tool to remind that you are the Lama or you are the Yidam. And in order to, mantra is help you to not to break the Samaya. So that's why you see that Lamas, they just always like a kind of verbally or mentally chant the mantra within. So yeah, that's the more like a Vajrayana, the practice of Yidam, the practice of Lama, the practice of mantra, and especially like a letting go your identity of ego and replace with the Yidam or the Lama.